What is going on, everybody? We are in Sons of the Forest right now. Figured I'd show off one of my mega bases that I've been working on here. This one we're going to call the Waterfall Getaway, simply because of where we're at. Let me go ahead and pull open the GPS. Put the guitar away for right now. Let's pull open the GPS and show you guys where I'm at. So as you can see, we have this nice little lake with a waterfall back there. In relation to where everything is, we are on the west side of the island, kind of towards where the end game content is. It's one of my favorite build locations, and you will see several reasons why. But let's dive into the actual base right here. Nice little, I like the front landscape here with all these skull fences and things. At night, the whole path is really nice and illuminated. We, of course, have our big crosses just up there for nice decorations. There's another one here. Let me hop the fence for a sec. There's another one over here. There we go. Another cross over there. Let's jump over here. Now, before we go inside the base, let's just take this in for a second. Took a lot of logs to build this, and I mean a lot of logs, but you know what? It was fun in the process. There's our birdhouse over there. Let's check out over here real quick. Decided to build a garage because, you know, golf carts, they're so important, stuff like that. So there's my golf cart hanging out there. Nice little garage side area. We'll check out the backyard and some of the side yard and all the other amenities in just a minute. Let's go ahead and dive through this front door and check out the actual living area in this base. Nice little porch here. So didn't really know what to do for like an entryway in this game. There's not that many decorations in the game like some of the other ones that we do mega bases in. So I figured this nice little armor display section, and then of course the day that I'm filming this they release a new armor set that I had to go and make and put somewhere else. So we only have 4 of the 6 available armor types here. You'll see we have the tech armor, bone armor, then down here we got the hide armor and leaf armor. Let's go into the storage area here. Over here, just a basic storage area, nice little fireplace to keep things warm. And then most of the items in the game just kind of out on display, easily accessible and able to be used quickly, including the food. Obviously, we got a good supply of food. This is a base after all. And quick access. Oh, Virginia, why you gotta be creepy? Why you gotta be creepy out there? Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, access to the garage right there. By the way, one of my favorite things in this entire game is the fact that the clocks actually move and work. How cool is that? Anyway, let's go to another room. So over here, we have our cooking area. Not many cooking options inside of Sons of the Forest, but we got a drying rack set up. Got a fireplace here. I have another cooking pot on me. I do. And I mean, obviously, cooking pot. All we got to do is just toss this guy on top of that. You know what? Actually, I forgot. I need water in that pot before I can do anything. So there we go. Got a cooking pot there. We'll fill it up with some water one of these soon. All right, back here, it's the second story staircase. There's our creepy armor on display. Now, I love this area. This is kind of like the living area, master bedroom, whatever you want to call it. Love that they put a little reference to A Christmas Story in here. You got your own leg lamp here. So there we go with the master bedroom up here. Just some seating. I really hope that they add more decorations into this game so you can build this out, populate it a little bit more. Over here we just got our spear storage and some bone storage. Found out while I was doing this build that you can actually mount animals directly to your mantle on your fireplaces. So there's a nice little moose head for everybody. And all the other animals just on display, including all the tiny ones like the turtle and the squirrel. Got to make sure you get the turtle and the squirrel every single time. And then, of course, we got our lounge area set up back here. So I wanted to keep one of the porches kind of uncovered like this. So we got a nice little tanning bed there. Yeah, that's what it's used for. Some benches, a couple flowers growing up here, too. I ran out of room in the greenhouse area that I set up. This up here, as you can see, is how much power it takes to run this base. Surprisingly, I probably have about 25 to 30% more capacity on all of these. I built a little bit extra. And then, of course, we have our access to the roof. Let's go up to the roof real quick so you guys can see how big this is. Made a clock tower, of course. That's always fun. Oh, my Solifite ore generator is generating me some more extra sulfite here. That's what that is. So anyway, made a clock tower. It's kind of hard to see during the day. I will explain that in just 1 second. This is the entirety of the base though. So from here you can kind of see everything. There's the front elevation, little picnic area I made over there next to the storage stuff. There's the back porch, all the way down to the safe room, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Down here on this side you can see the gazebo and a few other things that we've made. Back there, those electrical things that are sparking, those are some of the artifacts and notes that help you make like sulfite and some other stuff. This, I saw a YouTube video of another creator who was building a base, and he said he used stairs to make skylights, and he removed every other one. I thought it was a really cool effect, so I went ahead and copied it. I will put a link to that video in the description solely because it is a really good video with a lot of really good building tips for Sons of the Forest and some tips that I actually use. So kudos and thank you for that content. Let's go back upstairs here and get back on the porch because we jumped off the roof instead of jumping back to the porch. So there you go. There's the power, all of that stuff. Let's go up to the 3rd floor here. Now the 3rd floor, it opens up into this little widow's walk balcony. To kind of get a nice view over there. One thing that's interesting about this location is set up. I'm in creative mode right now. After you beat the game, of course, you can set up creative mode. There is a cannibal camp right across the lake from where I'm at. So in the actual game, this probably isn't going to be your safest location, to be fair. But it's just such a good build location with the waterfall and the elevation and just all of it. In here, we got our armor and weapon plating. So there's the brand new Solophyte armor that they just put into this game. Really cool looking. And then of this, of course, is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but it's the weapon plating. It's going to take a little bit. Let's go ahead and plate our machete here. So they're... Really? Gonna do the animation? Okay. So you put your weapon in there, then you power it up with a bunch of Solophyte. And what this is going to do is plate it with that Solophyte ore, just like this armor. So it's got a nice gold look to it, all that. It's not really anything. This is how I built the roof from inside, is I had this little access point, and I decided just to keep it like a little attic accessible area. In here is the final lounge area. We got our gore couch and gore chair ready to go. I honestly, until I built the gore chair, I didn't know that that thing had a light bulb in it. But it was pretty cool. And then of course this over here, another leg lamp. This thing done yet? Nah, it's gonna plate for a while. We'll come back and get that in a little bit. Oh, it is raining. Well then, look at that, it's raining. Wasn't really expecting it to rain. The downside of those skylights is that water and snow does get into them. But you know what? When it's daytime and the sun is shining, it's looking good. Alright, what time is it? Because I don't want to get into nighttime. Let's check one of the clocks. Still looking good. We're only at about 10 o'clock here. Alright. So let's go ahead and head back downstairs. This time we're going to go out the back door first. So here we are back in the main entranceway. So this is our little garden greenhouse area. We have one of every crop growing. So every single thing. What's up, Virginia? You just hanging out over there? Yeah, looking all pretty with your 3 arms and 3 legs. Alright, so here we go. We got pretty much one of everything, including all the mushrooms. So the flyamata, and I'm not going to go through all the plants. Just open up both and you'll figure out them all. This is our back porch area that leads down to the pier. And let's go this way next. Up here, I decided to build kind of like a shooting gallery and have the armory outside. Normally I do armories inside, but for some reason this one just I felt needed to be outside. So we got all the weapons lined up on the racks, as you can see, some explosives down here below, all the bows and other just miscellaneous projectiles, some targets set up, and all you got to do is just grab one of the weapons right off the rack and give it a little shot, test it out. So one thing that I really hope that Endgame adds is that these targets actually take some damage, because the targets don't really take damage, but the logs that the targets are sitting on definitely take some damage. But anyway, not really important here. Let's go ahead and put our rifle away. Alright, and then of course, I'm going to fire a crossbow real quick. Oh, that was a bad shot. That was low. Look how terrible that shot was. Weak. Alright, anyway. Pick up that crossbow bolt. Don't want to leave these on the ground. Alright, put that back away. Alright, over here we got the storage area. So this is just where we're keeping the materials, like logs and bones, sticks, stones, rocks, all that good stuff. And this just felt like having an outdoor picnic area. I don't know, in case I ever have any friends over or something like that. Because, I don't know, in case Kelvin and Virginia and I want to have a picnic. That's really the only answer that I have for you. Alright, now, before I go over there, you know what? Yeah, let's go this way. So this is my safe house. Highly recommend doing something like this in Sons of the Forest, and I'll explain at the end of this video a little bonus at how to do this. But this is the only access to this base. You can't even get to this base if I were in the water, because you can't get to it. It's you can only swim to it. And I know that this looks like you can kind of get to it and maybe put up a log there. It is actually too far away. The only way in and out is through that zip line. And the way I did this and why is because nobody can swim. No enemies can swim in this game. And so if you build a floating house in the middle of a lake, nobody can attack you in the middle of the night. And so if you just kind of really want to make sure that you can get a quick sleep in, you run in here, you got a bed, you got a chair, you got a fireplace. On the outside here, you got a water collector, and you got blueberries. And so you literally can self-sustain out here for as long as you want without having to worry about cannibals. Put all of the windows here too, so that way you can just kind of look out in every direction and see what's going on. But yeah, if you're building a base like this, highly recommend having a safe house that you can just kind of get to from a zip line and make it as easy as possible. Alright, so now here we are back at the regular base. Go ahead and check this area out over to this side. So we'll head down the pier. Hey, Virginia. She is one of my favorite companions in this, solely because of how she's a deadeye with a shotgun. Like, it's impressive. So we got a little fish trap down here, catching all the fish. Looks like this thing's actually full. That's pretty much the only trap that I have for fish. I do have a couple other traps that are hidden in like these woods here. Like here's one back here, some small animal traps, just to catch some like rabbits and other stuff that are back here. Over here we have a little parking station for the sled. We want to just make sure that that's accessible when we need it. Another little meeting gazebo area just to kind of get out of the rain if we need to. Looks like Virginia's heading back into the garage, just wandering around the base. One thing that's really weird about this, and I'll explain it to you in, I'll do a season change so you can see what this base looks like in winter, which is my favorite season. Kelvin likes to hang out, like, way back here by the waterfall. And I don't know why, even though he can easily just walk back to the base, he literally just hangs out by that waterfall the entire time. I don't know. Maybe makes him feel like he's at home or something like that. Down. Alright, so over here we got these paths that lead back into the deep woods. And this is where I'm keeping all the solophyte stuff. Oh, why are you not producing anymore? You're supposed to be shooting off electricity like the others. Let's activate this real quick. There we go. Alright, so we got all of our solophyte producers producing solophyte. The teleporter is activated. I didn't even know there was a teleporter in this game. But as you can see, I'm holding the artifact. That thing's flashing. And teleport! And so instant access to just teleport right back to the base whenever I need it from anywhere on the island. It's one of the most important notes in the game, and I didn't even know it existed until I was doing a build a while ago. Any other thing on the outside that I'm missing? I think we've kind of covered the entire base. So there you go. That's it during the spring. It's raining right now. When I come back, I'm going to have this thing set up in the winter. So that way you can kind of see what it looks like in the winter. Won't be a full tour, but we're just going to tour the outside because the topography, the scenery, all of it changes a little bit. And it looks really, really cool in the winter. So anyway, here we go. All right, and here we are back at winter. So the aesthetic has changed quite substantially now that you can kind of see through a lot of these trees. As I said, I'm not going to go through and do the full tour, But we're going to just kind of check out the outside of the base, and I want to give you guys a little bonus tip if you want to build your own safe area in the middle of the lake. So here we are, as you can see, outside on the base, looking gorgeous. I love how this base looks in the winter. But one thing that you'll notice is the lake has frozen over. And so with this lake frozen over, I can just walk right on it. And when I can walk right on it, I can come over here to where the base is that I built. And if I have a log in my hand, as you can see, I can just put it down right here on the lake. And so this is how you can build something in the middle of winter, sitting right on top of a lake. And then as soon as the ice thaws, that just sits there. It doesn't go away, it doesn't collapse or anything like that. Hopefully they don't patch it in the future. But for right now, you can do these safe area bases right in the middle of a lake. So anyway, highly recommend doing that. It is super worth it, super effective. All right, and with that being said, thank you guys very much for stopping by and checking out this build. For more big, massive mega bases and other building tips in games, definitely subscribe, like to the channel. We love building this stuff for you guys. Love getting suggestions on new games to play too. So make sure you keep sending us your suggestions, all that fun stuff. And with that being said, you guys have a great rest of your day.